All that and more coming up straight ahead on Racehorse Digest. Welcome to Racehorse Digest, presented by Citgo, and this is New Orleans, the Big Easy, where they're having a party of some kind this week. We're stuck down in traffic here somewhere, I believe. Thanks for joining us. I'm Randy Moss, and we were just in New Orleans last weekend to celebrate those 3-year-old thoroughbreds starting on that trail that leads to the Kentucky Derby. So we've got two important February preps to show you. First, the race we brought you Sunday on ESPN2, the Risen Star from Fairgrounds. The Risen Star Stakes was headed by 4-5 favorite Dollar Bill, ridden for the first time by Chris McCarron and widely considered one of the top 5 Derby prospects. There are some others in the field. In all, 10 left the gate. Mardi Gras was just getting started way down yonder, and for the start-to-finish call of the Risen Star Stakes, here's New Orleans Opera veteran Tony Bentley.
And they're all in line for the Risen Star. They're off. Bit of swerving on the outside, but they settle down now, and Gracie's Dancer goes for the lead. McMahon is next, Dollar Bill. They're in third. Mount Blake on the outside. Then comes One Special Judge in fifth. Sparkling Saber on the outside, 6, Me and Thee. Seventh at the rail, Mr. Sulu is next, followed by 50 Stars. And Rahi's Secret is 10th as they start the run down the back stretch. Gracie's Dancer. Alexi Maita's attempts to rate him on the lead here by 2. A smooth running McMahon is there in second. It's 3. Length back now. Dollar Bill on the inside in third. Mount Blake is between horses, fourth. On the outside, One Special Judge. Next racing in fifth. Me and Thee is next, followed by Sparkling Saber, who is seventh. 4 lengths back now is Mr. Sulu. Then comes 50 Stars and Rahi's Secret. And at the 3/8 pole, Gracie's Dancer here has the lead by 4 and is looking pretty good there. McMahon is next. Dollar Bill on the outside, and they turn for home in the Risen Star. Gracie's Dancer has the lead by 4. Dollar Bill trying to get something going here. On the outside, Rahi's Secret. Now at the 8th pole, it's a game. Gracie's Dancer trying to hang on. Dollar Bill is being asked for everything by McCarron. Now Dollar Bill gets the lead and will draw clear to win the Risen Star. Gracie's Dancer very game in second. Rahi's Secret was third.
In his first start of the year, Dollar Bill shined like new money, scoring by 2.5 over underrated Gracie's Dancer. Rahi's Secret rallied to take take third over Me and Thee and 50 Stars. Dollar Bill got a buyer speed figure of 102 for his 3-year-old debut at a mile and a 16th. He's expected to stay at Fairgrounds now for the March 11th Louisiana Derby. And there's Chris McCarron, who was pleased with what he felt.
Dallas just wanted me to key on one thing, and that is just put him in the race. He said he is a come from behind colt, but he said, I want you to put him in the race, be a little aggressive with him leaving there, and once you get him in the bridle, then we want you to get him to settle, you know? And he said, when you call on him, he'll be there. And he was. He was very responsive. Everything I asked of Dollar Bill today, he did. I tell you, the colt on the lead accelerated well when the rider asked him, and, you know, for about a 16th of a mile there, I knew I had my hands full, but when I really asked Dollar Bill for a little bit more effort, he was there.
Also last weekend was Saturday's Fountain of Youth at Gulfstream Park, one of 4 Grade 1 Triple Crown preps. 5-2 favorite out of the box, got off to a slow start there. Talk is Money was practically left at the break. On the lead, long shot, Song and a Prayer.
Song and a Prayer now gets a test. Global Gate begins to run after him in second, and Song and a Prayer leads by a diminishing length and a quarter. Global Gate on the attack. City Zip 3 wide. Out of the box after a slow start, runs a big one in fourth, and they head for home. Song and a Prayer has something left. He comes to mid-stretch in front by 3 lengths. Out of the box, Global Gate and City Zip are chasing him home, but Song and a Prayer comes to the final 16th of a mile, and Edgar Prado demands that he keep running, and he does. Song and a Prayer is in front. City Zip out of the box. Song and a Prayer.
Song and a Prayer, wire to wire for Edgar Prado. Co-owned by Bobby Hurley, the former Duke and NBA point guard. Hurley and a partner paid $1 million for this colt as a yearling, the March 10th Florida Derby. is next. Buyer Speed Figure 100. Listen to this. Back in 1990, Unbridled lost the Fountain of Youth, won the Florida Derby. 6 years later, his son, Unbridled Song, lost the Fountain of Youth, won the Florida Derby. Now this year, Unbridled Song's son, this horse, Song and a Prayer, wins the Fountain of Youth. A half hour later at Gulfstream, this high-profile 7-furlong allowance that they're still talking about. Look at the horse in front and remember his name. Hero's Tribute, a son of Sea Hero, owned by John Oxley, trained by John Ward, and behind him, way back there, is A.P. Valentine from the Nick Zito barn. Hero's Tribute by 4. Now he's scheduled to run against Dollar Bill in the Louisiana Derby. A.P. Valentine might run in the Florida Derby or possibly take the New York route. And after this first big weekend of prep races, let's look at the first NTRA 3-year-old poll of 2001. Point Given, a clear leader, followed by Heroes Tribute, Dollar Bill, and California Colt Millennium Wind, who are all just points apart. This ESPN presentation of Racehorse Digest is brought to you by Citgo. We know you. By Visa, proud sponsor of the Visa Triple Crown. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. By Long John Silver's, you can't resist the cravings. And by the National Thoroughbred Racing Association. Go, baby, go.
Forgot the pickles.
Get the inside track on American quarter horse racing with the Quarter Racing Journal, the #1 magazine in the quarter horse racing industry. Every issue is packed with hard-hitting, in-depth features on quarter horse racing's winners and players on track and off. The most complete race coverage in the industry from coast to coast. Each month, the Quarter Racing Journal highlights the latest in news, training, and health. For only $25, receive 12 months of the Quarter Racing Journal. Call today, 1-800-291-7323.
The very best in gaming, racing, and entertainment is waiting for you at Mountaineer Racetrack and Gaming Resort in Chester, West Virginia. Hi, I'm Ted Arnott, inviting you to enjoy all the fun, excitement, and world-class entertainment Mountaineer has to offer. Live and simulcast racing from around the country, your favorite games, nationally known performers, and our resort 18-hole golf course. Now that's entertainment. Mountaineer Racetrack and Gaming Resort, where fun never goes out of style.
Checking in with the Citgo leaderboard for horses. Nothing has changed at the top since last week. Wooden Phone, Captain Steve, Golden Ballet, and Tisnow. More thoroughbred racing now. Kick back and enjoy our Trevor Denman highlight reel. Here are 5 races from Santa Anita, starting with Sunday's Grade 1 Santa Maria handicap for fillies and mares. Champion filly Surfside was 3-5 in what the Wayne Lucas barn hoped would be a prelude to a run against the boys in the Santa Anita handicap. So let's see how she did.
Feverish still got something left. Surfside, not today. Surfside backed up fast. Criticola trying to get involved late. They come for home, Loveyon, but Eddie Delahoussaye's kept a little bit in reserve here on Feverish, and Feverish comes right back. Criticola coming home gamely on the grandstand side. Anyone at 3 can win it. Loveyon along the inside. Feverish and Criticola. They run to the wire. Loveyon will get there. Loveyon.
Well, she didn't do very well. Surfside was hooked hard early and finished last of 5. She was booed. Meanwhile, Loveyon earned her first U.S. win and gave trainer Ron McAnally his record-tying 5th in the Santa Maria. Winning jockey Gary Stevens got through inside in a move that made the difference. Loveyon, owned by Gary Tanaka, a 5-year-old mare from Argentina, just like Bayacoa and Passiana and Different. McAnally should just fly the Argentine flag at his barn. Next, the Grade 2 San Luis Obispo at 1.5 miles on turf. Bien-Amado passed the race, and the field swelled to 10 starters. Northern Quest was 8-5 on the lead in slow fractions, Persian Lux.
They come into the top of the lane, and Persian Lux going to try to cause the upset. Clear by 3. Key Moon is second. Northern Quest on the outside. Devon Deputies right there, and Falcon Flight at the rail. Homeward bound, and Persian Lux are still clear. Persian Lux by 4 lengths. Northern Quest giving a game chase with Devon Deputy, but Persian Lux no stopping him today. And Persian Lux a huge upset in the San Luis Obispo.
Would you believe a $2,000 trifecta headed by Persian Lux, the first graded winner for jockey Tyler Bays, last year's champion apprentice. Trainer Wally DeLassy gets off the duck after an 0-for-17 start at Santa Anita. A change in tactics here. Bays goes straight to the lead with Persian Lux, an import from France, a son of Persian Bull. DeLassy said he didn't bet a dime, but you can assume some of the other part owners cashed a ticket or two. Now for Saturday's Buena Vista handicap, another Grade 2. Fillies and Mares at 1 mile on turf. Bobby Frankel and Neil Drysdale trained 5 of the 11 starters. Frankel's entry of Uncharted Haven and Dancing on Ice was favored at 4-5.
They turn for home wide open. Lady at Peace at the rail. Dancing on Ice is the grey. Follow the money. Rare Charmer, Uncharted Haven. Elegant Ridge coming with a nice run. Here's Elegant Ridge in the red cap towards the outside, coming fast. And Elegant Ridge gets the lead. Rare Charmer's going with her. Elegant Ridge, Rare Charmer. These two going to hit the wire together. Elegant Ridge, Rare Charmer. Rare Charmer will win. Rare Charmer.
The surprises keep rolling in at Santa Anita. Lafitte Pincaille helps Rare Charmer outfinish Elegant Ridge for a 27-40 upset. Trainer Wally DeLassy won the last race we showed you. His son Craig DeLassy takes this one, Uncharted Haven, third. Rare Charmer, a 6-year-old Calbred mare by Sloopy, who had never before won a stakes. And then there's the jockey. The real classics never seem to age. The Beatles are on top of the rock charts, and Lafitte Pincaille is the leading jockey at Santa Anita. While we're on the topic of Calbreds, maybe we can finally get a favorite home in the Boo La Boo Stakes for 3-year-old fillies. That's the favorite on the far outside. 8-5 Warren's Whistle with Gary Stevens clad in shocking pink, according to the program. But nothing shocking about this result. The numbers said she was dominant. Warren's Whistle cruises by 2.5. Comedy Class was second, Royally Chosen third. As soon as the gates opened, Warren's Whistle dropped back like a rock all the way to last, but she was just too classy for these. She had been competing against Open Company, against the talented Golden Ballet, no less. She's a gray filly. You can see that by Wolf Power, owned by a partnership and trained by veteran Mel Studi. And now one more from Santa Anita. This, the San Marino handicap. For older horses, 1.25 miles on grass. Only 4 went to post. It came down to the 2 favorites. Kerry Gold, second to Bien-Amado in the San Marcos, is on the lead. Chasing him is Beat All, a Neil Drysdale trainee, running in America for the first time after tackling Montjou and Dubai Millennium last year in England. But Kerry Gold and David Flores got away with soft fractions. Hold on by 1.5 lengths over Beat All. Groover, third, and Jack Brandy, fourth. Kerry Gold, owned by Red Baron's Barn and sent out by their regular trainer, Daryl Vienna. He was a Group 3 winner in France last year. And if you go back and look at the replay of his race against Bien-Amado in the San Marcos, he might have won it with a better trip. He was carried wide early, checked, steadied, and still managed to finish strongly. Now that we've piqued your interest, go to ESPN.com and click on horse racing for more information.
Today, if you're especially trained in a skill or trade, opportunity won't come knocking at your door. It will kick your door in. A call to Dean Tech today could change your life tomorrow. Dean Tech is a nationally recognized trade and technical school offering technical training here in Pittsburgh. Our programs and instructors will prepare you for improved employment opportunities. Call Dean Tech today because opportunity wears big shoes.
At Geico Auto Insurance, we handle your claim quickly, so you don't have to bum a ride to work. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Night and day, the calls. Save me this, save me that. I'm a gecko, not Geico. So stop calling me.
Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Have you seen Bonner? I thought I saw him get back on the bus in Vegas.
Welcome back to Racehorse Digest, sponsored by Citgo. This is a nice shot of Los Alamitos Racecourse in Cypress, California, where they have nice quarter horse racing, a golf course next door, and an In-N-Out Burger just down the street. So now let's talk about quarter horses. Following 2 time trials for the Los Alamitos Winter Championship, 2 possibilities existed. Either it was just one of those nights, or there are some exciting new faces in the older division. Trial 1, 400 yards. Watch the start of champion mare Delish, the 7-10 favorite. Also watch number 7, Hawkinson.
And away they go. And Backen got off to a good start, a sluggish start for Delish. It's going to have to come from far behind as Hawkinson. Now significant speed is looking powerful. And it looks like the real significant speed came out to run. Now to be tackled by this long shot. Rare Prince who's coming on gamely. Hawkinson and Delish late on the outside is going to be Hawkinson. Very tight for second. Maybe Delish edged out Rare Prince in a close photo for second.
Delish's slow start was all Hawkinson needed to post the upset and the second fastest time. Delish and Rare Prince will also be back for the finals, as will multiple stakes winners Significant Speed. Trainer Bonifacio Reyes gave credit to jockey Joe Ruiz for his effort on the sometimes hard-to-handle Hawkinson. In the other division, Medlin in Money took his turn as a 7-10 choice, and despite coming off a win, Miss Taylor's Cash was 22-1.
And away they go. As usual, Medlin and Money came out running strongly, and so did Gonna Get It On. Moving up in the middle of the track comes Miss Taylor's Cash, who's now running on powerfully, and also Texas Classy in between horses. Miss Taylor's Cash on the outside. Sam Thompson riding very confident, coming on as Texas Classy. Miss Taylor's Cash. Tight photo for second, Texas Classy. Medlin and Money roiling on in the photo for second.
Miss Taylor's Cash flies to victory for Sam Thompson in the fastest time of the night. Medlin and Money veered at the start, but still qualified. Miss Taylor's Cash also had the fastest qualifying time for the Rainbow Derby last summer, but didn't repeat in the finals. Trainer Donna MacArthur hopes that maturity will help the 4-year-old mare run another big one on March the 3rd. Next, the 400-yard NMHBA Stakes at Sunland Park. Mark My Dial was a slight favorite, but the entry that included Tahiti Blues was also well supported.
Away they race, and bumping with Grit and Glamour and Mark My Dial. Away fast on the inside, Blaze Me a Fortune. DRH Straight and Easy is right up there. Grit and Glamour is flying, and down the extreme outside, Tahiti Blues. And then came Serious Cash. Grit and Glamour's there on the extreme outside, Tahiti Blues. And near the rail, DRH Straight and Easy. DRH Straight and Easy, Tahiti Blues. Tahiti Blues might have got it on the extreme outside.
That's 3 straight for Tahiti Blues, who broke outside early but rallied strongly for jockey Larry Gomez. Favored Mark My Dial was 6th after a rough trip. Tahiti Blues is owned by longtime friends and partners Billy Smith and Mike Abraham. The 3-year-old gelding is trained by Mike Joyner, who's currently winning at a 40% clip for the Sunland season. Also at Sunland, a sparkling performance by distance specialist Heavenly Shuttle. She broke from the 10-hole, the worst place to be in 1,000-yard races, but still she toyed with a Budweiser handicap field, winning by 4 under jockey Jerry Yoakum. The 4-year-old mare is trained by Roy Markham and owned by Ray Herring. And she seems to like Sunland Park. The victory runs her local record to 3 victories and a second from 4 starts. Heavenly Shuttle in front. If you'd like more information on the Racing American Quarter Horse, call this number, 1-800-414-RIDE.
We know what you're hungry for. It's that one-of-a-kind taste of Long John Silver's at an incredible value. Come in now for the new 21-piece Crunchy Shrimp Basket Combo for a deal and a taste that only Long John Silver's can deliver. That's 21 mouth-watering crunchy shrimp, piping hot hush puppies, our great new fries, and an ice cold drink, now for just $2.99. The new 21-piece Crunchy Shrimp Basket Combo, only at Long John Silver's.
Sunland.com. Your child's school could receive a $2,500 grant.
That's the one. Perfect match. Oh, she's gonna go nuts. She's going to love this. Oh, I score.
Honey? Hey.
Got a little surprise for you.
So do I. I actually found someone to buy this old lamp. Isn't that great? $500.
Whether you're buying or selling on eBay, use your Visa card. Visa, eBay's preferred way to pay.
Let's give a big hand to Citgo. They're also sponsors of the jockey leaderboard. They must have struck oil or something. Jerry D. Bailey on top, but note Chris McCarron third with only 98 mounts this year. Returning to Thoroughbreds now, the Fountain of Youth wasn't the only graded stakes for 3-year-olds at Gulfstream Park over the holiday weekend. Monday's Palm Beach Stakes on grass was a grade 3 worth $100 grand. The only turf stakes for 3-year-olds at the Hallandale meet. Favored at 5-2, Tropical Park Derby winner Proud Man, followed by One-Eyed Joker and Jerry Bailey at 7-2.
Head for home. 11 west, 3 wide. Valid flight between horses. Mr. Notebook. Proud Man now sees the seaman. He comes on through. Pumpkinhead is in with a chance, as is One-Eyed Joker, and here comes One-Eyed Joker. Ernest Storm down at the rail. Proud Man just in front. One-Eyed Joker charges, as does Pumpkinhead. Proud Man, One-Eyed Joker. At the rail goes Strategic Partner, and Proud Man wins.
Proud Man looked like a winner all the way, provided jockey Renee Douglas could find a hole, and he did in the 3-path at the top of the lane. Proud Man holds off One-Eyed Joker by a length. Strategic Partner third. Riding One-Eyed Joker, Jerry Bailey maneuvered from post 12 to avoid a wide trip on the first turn, but it wasn't enough. Proud Man is now 4 for 5 on grass. He's won 2 grade 3s since being purchased for $300 grand late last year by owners Robert Kaufman and Roger Weiss. The colt now has a new trainer, Harry Benson. Aqueduct was the site of the 29th running of the Rare Treat Handicap, grade 3 for fillies and mares. Pentatonic, the favorite at 6-5, but at this point, it's See You Later. This is Pompeii, a 4-year-old broad brush filly, putting distance on her rivals. Pompeii erupts in the stretch. She wins it by 3 3/4 lengths. For those of you from Palm Beach County, Pompeii was an ancient city destroyed by a volcano, and this filly named Pompeii is a daughter of Flying Heat. Clever, huh? Pompeii is now 6 for 12 lifetime, and the Rare Treat was her first stakes win. The Kentucky owner and breeder is Robert Clay of Three Chimneys Farm. It's been a good month for Robert Clay with Seattle Slew. Now back at the breeding shed, and a good weekend for Sire Broad Brush, who also had a Group 1 winner in Japan. Now to the fairgrounds for Saturday's Grade 3 Silver Bullet Day Stakes. A prep for the Fairgrounds Oaks. Field of 5, the odds-on favorite, beloved by all. She's sitting second behind another unbeaten filly named My Meggie Meg.
Up of the stretch, My Meggie Meg has the lead, beloved by all. On the outside, Morning Sun is next, then comes Lockin' Heath, and now they go to the 8th pole. Beloved by all, Morning Sun on the inside, My Meggie Meg yields. On the outside is Lockin' Heath. They near the finish. Morning Sun has the lead and will win it, I think.
The big number fillies just didn't get the distance. Lockin' Heath, a surprising winner under Corey Lannery. Morning Sun was second and beloved by all third, followed by My Meggie Meg and Gilded Beauty. Lockin' Heath is a daughter of Colonial Affair, owned by Jim Taffel, who brought us Banshee Breeze and Vicar, among others. Taffel is a resident of Chicago, and Lockin' Heath hails from his Chicago stable. Her trainer is Gene Cilio. She was 7th and 4th in 2 previous stakes tries, so she's clearly improving. Quickly, a couple other results. This is from Laurel Park to General George. Older horses at 7 furlongs. Peeping Tom by 3.5 over Delaware Township in a time of 1:22 flat. And at 7/8 for fillies and mares, also at Laurel. The Barbara Fritchie won by Prized Stamp over Super Duper Miss. Tax Affair third. The heavy favorite, the California shipper Nanny's Sweep and Kent DeSormo, tired to finish 4th.
Nature made it. Minwax makes it beautiful with rich wood stains and long-lasting protective finishes. Turning a house into a beautiful home is as easy as turning to Minwax. sure made it. Minwax makes it beautiful with rich wood stains and long-lasting protective finishes. Turning a house into a beautiful home is as easy as turning to Minwax.
You can do it! You can do it! Go, Jorge! Go! 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 You can do it! Yeah!
Thanks, Jorge.
I love you so much!
This ESPN presentation of Racehorse Digest is brought to you by Citgo. We know you. By the American Quarter Horse Association, Let Freedom Ride. And by Long John Silver's, you can't resist the cravings. Equibase.com is your official online source for racing information, from entries to results to everything in between. Equibase.com is a service of Equibase Company, the Thoroughbred industry's official database. Since we're having so much fun here on Racehorse Digest, here's a reminder. Next week on the Digest, same times, first showing Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, followed by Saturday morning early, 5:30 a.m. Eastern. Now for a quick look at some Thoroughbred news. Some ladies don't mind getting dirty. This was at Turfway Park on Valentine's Day in a maiden race called the Love Me Not, which featured all female jockeys. The most experienced of the bunch, that one, Jody Fortner, along with Patty Cooksey, finished 1-2. And gentlemen, when your wife talks about giving a mud bath, this probably isn't what she has in mind. Last year's 2-year-old champ, Macho Uno, has undergone a physical from Dr. Larry Bramlage in Lexington, Kentucky. Bramlage found only a tiny bone flake in the left rear ankle. He recommended a brief rest to allow the bones to mature, so Macho Uno could be racing again by midsummer. The bettors pumped it in on the first pool of the Kentucky Derby Future Wager, which closed Sunday afternoon with a record $510,000 in handle. The All Others Mutual Field was the 3-to-1 favorite, followed by Point Given at 7-to-1 and AP Valentine at 9-to-1. And finally, a $20,000 reward has been offered for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the hit-and-run driver who on January 22nd killed Marjorie Cordero, the wife of Hall of Fame jockey Angel Cordero. If you can help, call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-244-TIPS. Join us this Saturday night, or I guess that's Sunday morning, depending on where you live, for the next installment of our NTRA Today at the Races. I'll be with Janine Edwards, and as the highlight of the show, we've got a bunch of races from Sam Houston Race Park down in Houston, including the John B. Connolly Breeders' Cup Turf Stakes, also the Grade 2 Las Flores on tape from Santa Anita. That's at 10 p.m. Pacific and 1 a.m. Eastern, so either make a late night run down to Starbucks or get the coffee pot ready. Up next, we'll bring you highlights from the largest cutting event east of the Mississippi. It's the 22nd annual Augusta Futurity from Augusta, Georgia. It's the Masters of Cutting Events. That's on GMC's Americasaurus next here on ESPN. And a reminder, Dollar Bill, the winner of the Risen Star Stakes on Sunday at the fairgrounds. And there he is on the outside in the pink silks under Chris McCarron, going by Gracie's Dancer. Get the job done. Dollar Bill now pointed for the March 11th Louisiana Derby, and we'll bring you that one also right here on the ESPN networks. For all of us at Racehorse Digest, thanks for watching. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.